time. Got a primetime deal. Colorado has offered Deion Sanders a 5-year, $54 million contract extension. Runs through 2029, making him one of the highest paid coaches in the country. Stephen A., talk to me. Your thoughts.
I'm not happy.
Okay, tell me why.
5 years, $54 million. Deion Sanders deserves more. I'm happy for him. It seems like a really good contract. I applauded it last week. But upon further thinking, reminding of myself of how irrelevant Colorado was until he brought them national, not national attention, national prominence. Man, Shannon, CC, I think the brother's worth at least $25 million more myself. But I'm happy for him. He's happy. So I'm happy for him. But let me be very clear to America. Primetime Deion Sanders, specifically at the University of Colorado, with what he has done for that program, that brother is underpaid.
Yeah, that might have been the quickest decision for the Board of Regents in Colorado to come to, because that deal does not reflect the true value of Coach Prime. No doubt about it.
You see what happens, Canty? When you get these deals that's worth north of $100 million, you get to say somebody else is being underpaid. I wouldn't know what to think about that. Hey, Bob Iger with this front marketing paid me.
I don't know what you're talking about, Shay. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
All right. I'm going to carry on. Okay. The Baltimore Ravens reached a 3-year contract extension with Coach John Harbaugh. Harbaugh is the Ravens' all-time winningest head coach with a 185-115 record over 17 seasons and is the second longest tenured NFL coach behind the Steelers' Mike Tomlin. Harbaugh guided the Ravens to a win at Super Bowl 47 against his brother Jim and the Niners. His 12 playoff berths are the second most in the league behind Andy Reid since he arrived in Baltimore. Chris Canty, what do you make of Harbaugh now?
Listen, I love Harbs. I think he's one of the best coaches in the sport. And him and Mike Tomlin are inextricably linked, not just because they're the two longest tenured coaches in the NFL, not because they're just in the same division, but also just because of the standard that the organizations have in terms of where they expect their teams to be. But I can't keep calling John Harbaugh one of the best coaches in all of football when his team routinely underachieves in the biggest moments that the sport has to offer. Over the last decade, John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin had the same amount of playoff wins. 3. That's where they're at. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, when it comes to their struggles in the postseason, it's evident their quarterback position is atrocious. But when we look at the Baltimore Ravens, you got a 2-time MVP winner in Lamar Jackson. Why can't John Harbaugh get this team to the championship rounds more consistently? Why can't John Harbaugh get this team with Lamar Jackson to a Super Bowl? It's a question that everybody is going to continue to ask, and the volume on that conversation only gets turned up now that there's more money attached to it.
It depends on how you look at it, guys. Shannon, I'm going to be quick with this. It depends on how you look at this, guys.
Go ahead.
In the case of Mike Tomlin, right, we've lamented the fact that he hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. We know it's primarily because of his quarterback situation, but the standard is the standard. And so we are certainly not stupid enough to advocate his dismissal because we know he's a great coach. But in the same breath, the results are the results, and they have to be better. In the case of John Harbaugh, what this really all comes down to is the fact that you've had Lamar Jackson for the last several years, and you still don't even have a Super Bowl appearance to show for it. But at least in his case, there was an AFC Championship game appearance. And when you look at your tight end, Mark Andrews, dropping the pass in the end zone that would have tied it and sent the game into overtime, you could ask those questions as well. But I'm with you. John Harbaugh, if you're going to say what we say about Mike Tomlin, we got to say it about him too.
Okay.
I agree with everything. I just have to co-sign everything you guys said. Canty, you're absolutely right. At some point in time, for the last 6 or 7 years, you've had one of the 3 best quarterbacks in football. He's a 2-time MVP, and you had a great offense this year. At some point in time, it's just not good enough. It's like, they drafted Lamar Jackson, fine and good, and Lamar has turned out to be better than what anybody could have previously hoped other than himself because he told you what he was going to give you. The only thing that he hasn't been able to do is cash in. He said the Baltimore Ravens are going to get a Super Bowl out of him. That's on John Harbaugh's watch. At some point in time, it's not good enough to just be considered, they won 10 games, they won 12 games. Play like a Raven means you play like a Raven all the time. And far too many times when it's come down to the big games, they have not, mainly their quarterback. He's going to have to be Lamar Jackson, the guy that's the MVP when it matters the most. That's on John Harbaugh.
All right, we'll leave it there. We'll be back after this very quick break. More First Take in a moment.
Hold my key.
Reflecting on the Niners season on the Built for More podcast. This was a couple days ago. Listen up, guys.
Last year, man, guys were tired. Like, that season, dude, is no joke. And when you go from July training and everything all the way to the end of February, and then you really get 5 weeks off or so and you got to report back, and then you're going again, it's like, dude, guys are tired. They're still beat up. Their bodies, for these guys that are getting older, like, it's not easy.
Shay Sharp, sharp or not sharp?
Not sharp. And you want me to pay this man $50+ million a year, Canty? I wish I might. So I guess the Chiefs are just exhausted. I don't even know how the Chiefs could even summons up to play, because they've gone to the Super Bowl. They've been deep the last 7 years. They've gone to 6 Super Bowls. How can they even function? Just because you think something, that doesn't mean you have to say it. I'm not in the business of excuse making. Bro, just keep that to yourself. Hey, we need to be better. We had some injuries. I need to play better. Guys need to play better. But when you start to fatigue and tired, bro, nobody trying to hear them excuses, and you want me to pay you $300 million a year. I wish I might.
I agree with Shannon again, 2 for 2, not sharp at all. Here's what, to piggyback off of what Shannon said, it's really, really this simple if you listen in Brock Purdy. Were you guys, as San Francisco 49ers, members of the National Football League, subjected to anything different than the other 31 teams are subjected to? If that answer is no, then what the hell are you talking about? It makes absolutely no sense for you to articulate that publicly, because what you're doing is using that as an excuse, and you're not recognizing that he's really inviting more scrutiny, because now it's, why were you tired? What the hell were y'all doing that had y'all so tired, that y'all were so ineffective compared to the other teams who made the playoffs and competed and looked a hell of a lot better than y'all spent the year looking? Now you've invited those questions simply because of that statement.
Yeah, it's not sharp. And the point of the exercise is to have sustained success, to routinely compete for championships. Well, Brock Purdy, the NFL schedule ain't changing. As a matter of fact, if anything happens in the foreseeable future, you're going to get more regular season games.
Yes.
So you're going to be playing in more football games.
Trying to add 18.
Exactly. And for a guy that I'm going to guarantee over $200 million to, I'm going to need for him to set the tone a little bit better for my franchise than what Brock Purdy did on that
that's
podcast.
Not there. Shannon, like you said, he wish he might. I mean, damn, you're looking for your money and you going to say that.
I got one more. This morning, Steelers coach Mike Tomlin was asked how he'd feel if Mason Rudolph was his starter week 1.
Yo, what's going on, peoples? Welcome to the channel. You have reached your sports minute on your sports. Thank y'all for making it this far. I am your host, S. Dot. And what we do is we talk about what they talked about. We keep the topics relevant, and we basically just chop it up with you guys and see what you think. First of all, we thank y'all for making it this far, first of all. But don't forget to hit that like, don't forget to hit that subscribe, and most of all, definitely leave a comment and let your boy know you stopped by. All right? So we can carry on these conversations and start a discussion. So first of all, we're going to get into it. You got your boy Stephen A. commenting on Deion Sanders getting that new contract for that $54 million, which was a 5-year deal, $54 million. Yeah, I think your boy Deion Sanders was underpaid. I'm going to be real with you. You got Deion Sanders. This Colorado organization was nothing before he got there. It wasn't even on the map. You got to understand what Coach Sanders has brought to that team. He has brought talent to that team so that team could put out draft talent. So he makes it capable for that college to receive some of the best talent in the world to go there, just because Coach Prime is there. You know what I mean? $54 million is a lot of money, but for Coach Prime and what he has done for that organization, yeah, it's kind of a quick signing, like Stephen A. said. And then your boy Shannon, he gotta talk shit when he up there with Stephen A. My man said, I wouldn't know, what it feels like to talk about a contract being at $54 million if you already signed a contract for over $1 million. Speaking of Stephen A's contract, which he just signed for $1 million, north towards $1 million. Moving on. So give me your comments on that. If you think Coach Sanders is getting paid quality money, or if you think he's not getting paid quality money, go ahead and leave a comment and we'll talk about it. Next on the topic, you got your boys in Baltimore. What do you make of John Harbaugh's right now? Baltimore's #1 AFC Championship appearance since the 2013 season. So that means Baltimore has only had one AFC appearance since AFC Championship appearance since the 2013 season in the Harbaugh era. I don't know much to say about that, bro. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Baltimore did pretty good last year. They could have done more. That pass was the topic of discussion when everything was going down. And it was a lot of back and forth on, did Lamar throw the pass correct enough, high enough for the receiver to receive it. I forgot the guy's name who was receiving the ball that actually dropped the pass in the end zone. I forgot his name, but it was questionable on whether he was in a position or did he drop that ball on purpose. I watched that play at least 10 to 15 times north of 100. And I'm going to be real with you. Being in the NFL, it's already tough to play at that level. Catching a pass from a Lamar Jackson, which is right in the breadbasket, as they would call it, I don't know. I think he should have caught that. I mean, I ain't going to say he sat here and he dropped it on purpose, but we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. But I don't think he dropped it on purpose, but I think he should have caught it. You feel me? I think he should have caught it. I mean, in that position to take you to the next level, you gotta catch that. You have to catch that pass. Moving on to the next subject, we got Brock Purdy, still with the San Francisco 49ers. Right now it shows that Brock Purdy lost 7 of his last 8 games last season. Hold on. 7 of last 8 games last season. I don't know what the hell they talking about there, but let's just talk about Brock Purdy, period. Any San Francisco fans out there? If so, let me know how you feel about your boy Brock Purdy. Let me know how you feel about that signing, because right now it looks like Brock Purdy, he's still with the 49ers. And in 2024, there was a downturn due to fatigue from the playoffs run. That means that the team was fatigued from that whole playoffs run after they went to the Super Bowl. They was basically had the Super Bowl, what's the word? The Super Bowl hangover. That's what that was. They're trying to say that San Francisco had a Super Bowl hangover. And in 2024, they had a downturn due to the fatigue from the playoffs run. Last year, guys were tired. And these are quotes from the team, from Brock Purdy. He stated, last year, his guys were tired. The team lost 7 of its last 8 games last season. 7 of the last 8 games last season. It's not looking good for San Francisco. I think they need to start over. I think they need to rethink this whole organization. Is Brock Purdy a good pick? Is Brock Purdy their future? I don't know. I mean, Brock Purdy is good in that I think it's Shanahan's Shanahan's organization. I think he's good there if he has a structure to work from, but I don't think Brock Purdy could go to any team and do what he did when he was with that San Francisco team that went to the Super Bowl. I don't think he has it in him to do it again. I could be wrong. I mean, if you guys want to talk about it, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. Let's get it crack-a-lacking with the comments. Let's start a discussion. If you think that Baltimore, San Francisco, if you think these two teams are going to make it back, you know what I'm saying, to the championship, or in San Francisco case, if you think that they're going to make it back to the Super Bowl this year coming up, let me know your comments. Of course, I mean, you know who they're going to be battling. They're going to be battling my Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I'm saying? There will be no Super Bowl hangover for these birds. I'm telling you right now. Philadelphia will go back to the championship, the Super Bowl championship this year again. And there will be back-to-back championships. We may have lost a few things. We may have lost a few veterans. But let me tell you this. We have some young talent that is on the next level. That's why the brotherly shove works so well. Because we have such young talent on these early young contracts where we can move players around and still bring in free agents like Saquon Barkley and things of that nature, so that we can keep moving to the next level. Like I said in my past video, Saquon Barkley was the missing piece. We understand that. We lost Sway. We lost a couple of other people in the backfield on defense. But let me tell you this. We have not lost any huge talent on offense. And our defense is so young. They're so strong. I mean, you can check it out, man. These are the facts. Our front four during the Super Bowl against Kansas City, our front four, we did not quarterback rush at any point during the Super Bowl. Our front four had 6 sacks between 4 cats against Patrick Mahomes, who was running for his life. Let's talk about it. Throw it in the comments. I know you Kansas City fans out there want to make y'all peace. I know y'all want to talk y'all shit. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Put it out there. Let me know how y'all feel about that Super Bowl, and was it right? Were the calls right? Do you think Patrick Mahomes played his worst game? And do you think the brotherly shove, which they call the tush push, should be taken out of the game? Or is Green Bay just being a bunch of babies? Thank you guys for showing up. I'm your host, S. Dot. Go ahead, leave a like, leave a subscribe, leave them comments, and I'll catch your boys and you girls on the next video. Peace.